So we're back, and this time we're working on a pesto. The pesto is gonna start with half or maybe a whole lemon juice of lemon. I know that that's going in, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with that. We're going for 2 teaspoons.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, 2 tablespoons, not
2 tablespoons. Excellent. Thank you. So we'll easily get that out of the half of one of these lemons. This is a pretty good sized lemon. Thank you. 2 teaspoons, she says.
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons, she says. I'm gonna hand this over.
I'll take that.
Awesome, thank you. And I'll put that in 1 second. First, I'm going to add all of the greens. So I think this was an arugula pesto.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll go ahead and load the arugula as an added bonus today. And maybe I'll even put this more at the bottom. We're also throwing in cilantro that we have left over. And we're also throwing in parsley. So I think these were added additions. This is going to be a mixed pesto, as opposed to just a single basil pesto, which is usually what is used.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you were about to say it.
Any green with quite a bit of flavor is good to use in pesto. That's what I was going to say.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You can use any green, so like spinach even is good. Basil is great. I've seen people make carrot top pesto, which is really interesting. Definitely a little bit more bitter, earthy taste,
yes.
But still a great use of carrot tops if you don't want to throw them away. And then you can mix and match and make a lot of different kinds of pestos.
That was almost spot on. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Then we will do, usually, I'm going to say this, I always use fresh garlic in a pesto. However, we don't have fresh garlic today, so we're using powdered garlic. And I think it normally calls for 2 cloves, 2 good-sized cloves. We're going to go ahead and just do 1 good-sized scoop, or I'm sorry, teaspoon, 1 good-sized teaspoon of garlic. We'll try it when we get done and see if it needs any more.
I have a funny story about raw garlic and pesto. So when I first was starting cooking and I wanted to make pesto, and I thought, when I cook, usually if a recipe calls for 2 to 4 cloves of garlic, I'll double that and throw in extra garlic because I love garlic. And this was my first time using garlic in a raw recipe, and so I said, same thing, I'll just double the garlic, right? More garlic is better. It was the spiciest garlic I have ever had, or it was the spiciest pesto I've ever had in my whole life. If you're using raw garlic, more is not always better.
All right. Then we have a cup of nuts, and I think these were pre-measured.
Yes.
Great. We're using walnuts today. Usually I throw them on top because they add a little bit of weight to the leaves and they help to push them down into the blade at the bottom of the food processor.
Most pestos do not use nuts, right?
A lot of pestos will use pine nuts.
Oh yeah, right.
Pine nuts, yeah, but not walnuts for sure. No.
And
But you can also do almonds, also are a good flavor.
Oh yeah. And then maple syrup, and we're adding a tablespoon of maple syrup.
I say a lot of vegan pestos also call for nutritional yeast.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, to add like a cheesy flavor. But we stay away from yeast products. So
But pine nuts definitely do make a great pesto. Just to add to
I
that.
think macadamia nuts might be
oh,
good,
that would
too.
be good too. One more important ingredient.
Oh yeah, we aren't
Oh, yeah.
quite done. It looks like we're going to add about a half a cup of olive oil. And like was said before, if you have unfiltered olive oil, go ahead and give it a shake before you throw it in. You'll get those polyphenols that tend to settle to the bottom in unfiltered olive oils that are, amazing for your health and also delicious. Almost creamy is what I would say.
So as he's pouring that in, I'll just point out, this is our favorite brand of store-bought pesto. If you don't want to make your own pesto, this is Seggiano. a really amazing vegan pesto.
Addictive.
Yeah, they have oh, it's so good on everything. They also have a tomato pesto and a artichoke garlic pesto as well. If you're going store bought, I don't endorse that brand.
And then we're ready to chop it up. So you could probably do this in a blender as well. It would help to have something like a Vitamix. I'd run it on low, and I'd also use the plunger that comes with Vitamix to push things down into the blade. The narrower container of a Vitamix will make it a little bit more difficult for the ingredients to fall. So here we go. All the ingredients have definitely blended in, but they are not fully blended up. So it's coming into itself right now. I'll usually let this run for a good pesto, at least a minute, sometimes even 2. And it's not getting warm at all. This really doesn't create, at the speed it moves, doesn't create so much friction that you end up heating or cooking by any means the contents. Oh, you know what? We forgot 2 ingredients. There's no salt and pepper in here.
Oh.
So let's go ahead and add that, and then we'll give it a short blend. It's getting just about to where I'd stop, so not quite though. It said a 1/4 teaspoon.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll
Solid
go ahead
pinch.
and give it a pinch, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper.
Yeah.
And usually that's just a pinch between the fingers.
Good memory. That would have been different.
Yeah, yeah. While I have it open, there is a little that got up too high to actually blend down in. I'm just going to do a once over here and make sure we get all the goods in there. And we'll blend it for just a couple more seconds. That's it, that'll do. And then we give her a try. Do you feel it needs any more salt? No? That hit it?
Yeah.
Oh. Very light. Slightly nutty. A hint of lemon.
Pretty good stuff.
And of the 3 greens, I don't know that one sticks out any more than the others.
Yeah.
They just kind of blended right together.
Yeah.
Homemade vegan pesto.
There you go.